It's official, bro. It is official. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Belal Muhammad is going down December 7th at UFC 310. Now, the big thing about this fight for me, at least, is that, like, I know Shavkat has like a realm of he's unbeatable. He has 18 fights, 18 finishes. You can't touch Shavkat, bro. Well, that's what people with like the crooked hairlines are saying, I know. So I see that there's a little bit of like a narrative that like he's just unbeatable, man. Like he's really Calabunga, dude. Like I just don't see anyone beating Shavkat. I'm here to tell you guys, bro, like this fight is not going to go the way you probably think it's going to go. And I'm going to say this about his resume. First of all, his resume isn't horrible. You know, like he beat Neil Magny, gatekeeper, you know. It is what it is. He beat Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal was like, okay, he's all right. He hasn't really fought, but he's not really an active fighter. Then he beat Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, which is his best win on his resume. That win's not really aging gracefully. So what Buckley did to him, you know what I'm saying? But this is the thing, like, he beat these guys and people are gonna run with the hype like, oh, these guys are so good. He has a great resume. But this is what I know is gonna happen. Belal Muhammad is going to maul Shavkat Rakhmonov over the course of 5 rounds. Now, after this happens, the narrative will shift to Shavkat wasn't ready for this fight. This was too early. Should have been Usman. Trust me, and I know how UFC fans work. I know in the comment section, I'm going to be getting cooked. Dude, Kenny, you don't know anything, dude. Like, bro, Shavkat's going to just maul him, man. I understand the narrative. I just think it's goofy. So here's the thing about Shavkat that a lot of people don't know. He's never went 5 rounds already. He's never went 5 rounds. And what does his fight style revolve around? Fight style kind of revolves around walking forward and just outpacing, outpressing, outworking people over the course of 3 rounds, whatever. And he usually breaks these guys. But the guys I'm naming are breakable. They're all kind of older, outside of their prime. They're not really at the elite of the elite like Belal Muhammad is. Now, Belal Muhammad, who also specializes in breaking the people over the course of like 5 rounds, not 3 rounds, but 5 rounds, using his wrestling, his boxing, that opens up pretty well due to his wrestling. There's so much things Belal does that like would give Shavkat a lot of problems. And I know people like to talk about Shavkat's wrestling because he went 1-7 in takedown attempts against Wonderboy, and Wonderboy's so hard to take down. But Buckley kind of threw away that narrative. I knew Wonderboy wasn't hard to take down. Bro, Belal Muhammad 30-25 Wonderboy. And I know people can be like, yeah, but finishing Wonderboy is better in the second round than 30-25 him. Whatever. That could be argued, yes. I do agree Shavkat has more finishing ability, but that finishing ability, it stems from him breaking opponents. He broke Wonderboy. Eventually Wonderboy's like, oh, I can't defend anymore. He got choked. Jeff Neal just couldn't take the constant pace and pressure of him, so he broke. Neil Magny, he took it down, outworked, broke. Like Shavkat breaks these guys with his constant pressure, but so does Belal. And the thing about Belal having the ability to break these guys and Shavkat is that Belal does it for a longer period of time, and he has way better wrestling. The grappling advantage is significant. It's something drastic. It's huge. It's not some like pitter-patter advantage, bro. It's a huge advantage. So like the thing about this is like, I look at both guys grappling. I think Shavkat, like, cool, combat sambo background, whatever. He's not horrible. His grappling is just nothing compared to Belal Muhammad. Like, Belal Muhammad's grappling is elite. Now, you're probably going to be like, but Kenny, dude, like, Shavkat, man. Shavkat has great striking. Like, yeah, listen, I agree with it. Shavkat has a striking advantage. So did Leon Edwards. Why did that striking advantage not work against Leon Edwards? He didn't have the spacing, dog. He needed some space. He just didn't have the spacing to, like, successfully, like, use his leg kicks on Belal or, you know, head kicks. He didn't have that spacing because Belal was constantly putting forward. Now, when 2 guys are going to, like, come in the center of the octagon and try to outwork and outpace each other, because that's what's going to happen in this fight. It's going to be a fight. This might be the most entertaining fight you've seen in a while, like as far as Belal, because I feel like both guys are going to come forward and they're going to try to meet each other in the center and see who's got it, who's got what. And this is what I think is going to happen, though. I feel like Shavkat might even take a round, like the early round, maybe. That's a big maybe. He might take it just from like landing better shots or something, or defending in the clinch well. But as this goes along, this is when Shavkat's going to be like, he's so used to going there and just people breaking. He's used to like breaking people, to kind of giving up on themselves, kind of, oh shoot, I don't have endurance anymore. And like Shavkat, in the process of making these guys break, he has a lack of, like, well, he doesn't have a lack of, yeah, he has a lack of head movement. Let me just say that. Lack of head movement, but also on the same breath, he moves his head well in the early rounds, but eventually, like, when he gets fatigued, he doesn't move his head at all, which is why someone like Jeff Neal would have success with him in a boxing round. So he's starting to just walk forward at this point, like, at rounds like 2, 3, and 4, 5. He would just try to walk down Belal, but with a lack of head movement. And I know people can say what you want about Belal's boxing. Dude, Belal's one of the best boxers in the UFC, bro. You know, Belal got hands if needed, bro. Don't sleep on my dog, bro. He got hands if needed. So I really think, even in that breath, too, that Belal can land some significant shots. And one shot cut, oh, we're striking now. Takedown, and takedown. That's what's going to lead Belal to breaking Shavkat. Just like I said, Shavkat, he's still young. And don't get me wrong, Shavkat's a future champion. I love Shavkat. I don't want this video, people don't think I'm just hating on Shavkat. Shavkat will be a future champ. It just happens to be stylistically, there's only 2 guys who will struggle immensely there's only two guys who he will struggle immensely against, and it's only Usman and Belal, because stylistically they break opponents over the course of 5 rounds, while Shavkat does it over the course of 3 rounds. And the only reason Shavkat gets these finishes on these guys because they break. Never seen Belal break in a fight. You can't point to one fight where Belal like gave up on himself. Even early in his career when he kept getting dropped by Jeff Neal, he kept getting up and kept fighting. Belal has crazy heart that you can't teach heart. That's one of those things you can't really go like, oh yeah, so to get heart you have to do this, dude. Like, nah, you can't teach that shit. And the fact that you can't break Belal is gonna be to Shavkat's demise. So when Shavkat's in the championship fight for the first time, he can't break his opponent. He's like, what's going on? Like, now I'm in the championship rounds. I'm fatigued. I can barely move my head. I can barely move. I'm tired of shit. And Belal's still in front of me. That's when Belal's going to get to him. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Belal could even find a TKO or some kind of submission at the end, because Shavkat's going to be so fatigued. He's never been put in this situation before. So don't be surprised if Belal does something crazy and finishes him. This is why I believe Belal will be victorious, but I'm glad this got announced, because let me tell you something. There's been so much things, because I know I'm going to say this and people can call me crazy like they always do. And then when the fight comes, I do the comeback to this video when Belal beats Shavkat, they're going to call me Mr. Kenny again, because they need to watch it happen before they can believe in themselves. Like, Shavkat, for being a young guy, hasn't been active, chat. It's going to be a whole year when he fights now, because he last fought December 2023. Now he's taking a whole year. He's going to fight Belal Muhammad in December 2024. Belal has been active. Like, he just fought Leon Edwards, so he's been in the octagon recently. He's still got that, wits about him. Shavkat has had a long layup. This is not going to be what people think it is. Trust me, bro. And I know who y'all going to get. Yeah, but Kenny, dude, just trust me, man. Like, I see a lot of Shavkat edits on TikTok, dude, so I'm confident, man. Listen, bro, go watch your edits. I'm not judging you, bro. Enjoy those edits, brother. I love those edits. But those edits aren't going to win him fights. I understand the aura, the essence. He's going to be champion eventually. Give him time. Maybe when Belal retires and Usman retires, I see him beating, Ian Gary, JDM, maybe Kobe, Leon Edwards. He beats a lot of guys, but stylistically on paper, if I had to make the person to be just impossible for Shavkat to beat, I'd make like a Belal. Someone with a good chin, good endurance, good wrestling. Because I know that's something Shavkat would struggle with. Because if he can't take you out of there, what's he really got for Belal that no one else has seen? Because Belal has been in there against some great strikers. He's been in there against Wonder Boy, Leon, who's great striking and defensive wrestling. Shavkat has great striking at distance, he has good power. He has good submission ability. But, Belal's been against the Vicente Lucas and wrestled them. Like, Belal's been in there with some good BJJ guys. Shavkat is nothing new. What Shavkat is just new blood. And he comes with a sense of, aura. So, I guess that's the biggest thing. Like, it's kind of just trying to derail that hype train. That's what he has to do. This is not Belal's first time going against an undefeated prospect. Shout out Sean Brady. Like, when Sean Brady was that guy undefeated, and then he just got melted. He wasn't ready for Belal's pace and pressure, and he melted him. Like I said, I do think this is going to be a hard fight for Belal in the sense that, the first couple rounds are going to be tough. Trying to take that confidence from Shavkat, because I know Shavkat's going to go in there confidently, bro. I know Shavkat, bro. His handline looking good, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give credit to my boy, but, you know what I'm saying? Once those first 2 rounds are up, that's when I want to see how Shavkat's gonna perform. How is he gonna respond through adversity and through getting put through the ringer against a veteran like Belal? Belal has been here before. Shavkat has not, bro. So I'm making this video to say, one, I'm happy that this got announced. This is actually a very crazy card. Card's looking good. It got Nick Diaz on it. They got Nick Diaz on it as well. Pantoja versus the new Japanese fighter coming in, Ascura. There's a lot of fun fights in this card. I don't mind it at all. But it's just that I'm really excited for this main event specifically, because I know what's going to happen in this main event. I know how it's going to go. And I can't wait to see how it goes. Because, whether I'm wrong or right, if I'm wrong, low-key, if Shavkat wins, it gives Islam a chance to go up and fight for the second belt, which would be cool for me. But there's just no world I see. I would have to do a little bit more research maybe right before the fight, watching the fights back a little bit, because this is just initial reaction. But I just feel like Belal will be too much for Shavkat, because Shavkat sucks, and Usman ducked the fight, so I have to fight Shavkat now. Yeah, boy, Belal coming for the victory, man. I can't wait, bro. And he's gonna have 1 title defense. And after he beats Shavkat, if you look at Belal's resume, dude, it actually looks kind of nuts. Because Shavkat, Leon, Gilbert Burns, Sean Brady, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He's beating a lot of household names at that point. I feel like beating Shavkat is he's gonna be in the argument of one of the best welterweights of all time, if not the best. It's not the best, but he'll be top 3 conversation at that point. Maybe even edging ahead of Tyron Woodley, whose best win was Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, who Belal 30-25. So yeah, this is a big fight for Belal's legacy, Belal's status as a champion. This is a lot for Belal. So I'm hoping Belal gets it done. But if my boy Shavkat gets it done, he gets it done. But I just know that on paper, bro, to beat my boy Belal, you need to come with a different type of heart. But that's it for me though. And God bless. 2, 3.